are newcomers and we need to prove that we are really important, like we are really eager to maintain this good communication. So the second was gaining awareness in region. Since we are newcomers again, we need to gain the knowledge about our company. And in this case, it's not important rather we get the customer, but just to make them talk about us. And as one of the points, we could show this reliability of our company. Just to maybe improve some kind of local things. Help the local government, for example, give them some supplies or whatever. And the second one and the third one is that we pointed out is expanding customer range. So if the previous was just to to show that we are existing actually in Chinese market, this is like really getting to do something and getting these customers here. And it could be a hustle, but anyways, if you reach them and with our highly professional employees, it can be done and it's really possible. Third step was listing audiences. As we know, Chinese system in this objective is important not only to concentrate on potential or existing customers, but also on the Chinese government, especially, for example, in this in Luan City, the local government. Just to show that we are willing to cooperate and to build this Guangxi, of course, in legal ways, not as we mentioned here before. Some some not so legal ways, but yeah, the good relationship with the government is a must in order to operate good. And fourth step was the biggest one, and it's develop the tactic list. And what we did is in the report you will read that we take the objective, then we point out the tactics, tools, how we're gonna reach it, costs and timeline. Now I'm gonna run quickly through. So first was to create this loyal and qualitative image. So how we're gonna do it? The tactics is using quality management to ensure customer satisfaction. So we are trying to adapt the customer needs. If he says that, okay, you sell like wood in length of 450, but I need 448, we can say, okay, we do that and that. And tools is high quality products and communication between quality manager and customer in order to understand what has to be changed. And costs, it's like salary for everyone, like who does that. And yeah, that's basically the only cost. And timeline is actually in this step we didn't put any specific timeline, since all of these objectives are really important to run throughout the business, not like, okay, we're gonna do this at this time and this at this time. So it's all time, 24/7, we could say. Okay, the second objective was gaining awareness in the region. So tactics, as I mentioned before, is visit exhibitions or trade fairs, as well as communicating with potential customers and making ourselves visible and mentioned. And tools is exhibitions, trade fairs, conferences, face-to-face meetings with potential customers. If they like pay some kind of attention and see, okay, we could do business, we say, okay, we can go to your office and introduce you with our things. Yeah. So costs again is like participation fees. Probably there are some kind of trade fairs, at least in Europe there is. I'm not sure about China. Traveling costs, since China is a big country, you probably should travel to other trade fairs as well, not in only our province. Salaries, representatives, and marketing material. That could be the driver cost. And timeline, yeah, again, as I said, it's hard to estimate. So we're gonna do it all the time, just keep the communication going and continue to satisfy our customers. And the last one is expanding the customer range. So the tactics is, since we're working in B2B sector, again, exhibitions and trade fairs are the best place to meet our new potential customers. Tactics are simple: attract the customers with finished working and material quality, and offering the great customer experience. And tools is excellent employee crew and highly quality products, which Finland usually offers. And costs against salaries, products, cost, transportation, and timeline. This is also important to go through all the time. So, yeah, and last step is evaluating the results. And as Blendi mentioned previously, uh, well, in description, when to develop this fifth step was written how we're gonna evaluate these costs, not costs, but like the, the results. And it's quite hard to, but we decided to, for example, write like some kind of, make a monthly meetings, so they see that everyone comes together and says, okay, I've done that, how far like what we should do next month. Then we should like half year reports, and also it is vital that, for example, the Finnish management comes to China like at least once a year, you know, and says like, okay, let's sit down at one table, tell what did you like, what you didn't like, what you think it's important to improve, you know, just to keep this communication going, because then the others feel really valued, you know, and it's important and good work. Okay, thank you. And now Belinda's gonna talk about
Okay,
IPR.
one of our last points in this presentation is very important. As we mentioned, when we described when we described business condition in China, we said that IPR is one of their problems, the deficiency. So we develop some steps for our RO in China to take care of IPR there. So first of all, the company needs to develop a very integrated IP protection strategy, including a budget for it. You need a budget for this kind of thing because it might turn to a very costly one, because there will be probably lawsuits, and there are always some of the, and as I've said, infringing enterprises who seek to take advantage of your quality and of your brand. So in order to protect IP in China for Karaoke, we have developed, as you can see, some steps there. So one of the first step is craft a company IT protection strategy for Karaoke. So there needs to be a continuous communication between employees, business partners, and customers about how important is the brand image for Westerners in China. And in this kind of strategy, they seek to create a sense of ownership. So make sure that this is owned by Karaoke when you meet with business, with your employees, and with the potential customers there. So you kind of develop this kind of sense of ownership and just make clear that this is already an own brand by Karaoke. The second step is definitely to register IP in China. So we thought that first one would be the copyrights. It's not the most, but however, it needs to be in the Chinese their system, that there is existing company in China with a Karaoke name, and also trademarks, and will be translated also in English and Chinese. So really, when it comes to, if it comes to some issues later, you already have registered these kind of things, and as far as legal system, you're right there. It's easier to proceed. Third point is focus on people. It's very important to focus on your people. Do some background check. Employ educated employees, as Yanis mentioned in the recruitment plan. We will try to employ the very educated employees. So fortunately, they know the importance of IPR, and also educate the employees about the confidential issues of the company and things that they need to take in consideration when they do business and when they talk with the partners there about our brand. Definitely one of the most important is to build a relationship with local and regional government offices regarding IP issues there. So you need relationship. That was one of the strategic point of setting in Luan, because they already have cooperation with Finland and some Finnish companies. So we need we hope that we have a lead there as far as communicating with government officials regarding IP. So you need ask them for help, how to interpret this, and they will fortunately help you for this kind of issue. And again, outsourcing or building a relationship with a Chinese legal firm, a very important thing. You need to have some kind of relationship with some their law companies or who provide these services for legal issues. So in order you file a lawsuit, you have already a relationship with one of the Chinese legal firms, so they know better the legislation because they are locals, so and the ways how to proceed with IPR issues. So this was the end of our plan. So we thought that we tried to think of everything to make this entry plan for our company. So if you have any question, feel free to ask and we'll give the best answers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.